Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, hi, hello, I'm Brianna, and today we're just gonna do like a cozy mood reading vlog for this week. I have a lot of themed reading vlogs coming up the rest of the month, so before we get those started, I just kind of wanted to mood read. I am feeling a bit slumpy, and for me, when I am feeling like I'm in a book slump, the best thing for me to do is just mood read, read whatever my heart desires. So obviously it would be for the best if the books that I read are from my March TBR, but if I'm not feeling any of those, I am going to look at the rest of my TBR and probably choose something else because I hate being in reading slumps. I feel like all of us do, obviously. And so for me, the best way to get out of them is to just mood read. Not that I'm fully in a slump right now, but I can definitely feel myself getting to that point if I don't just drop everything and read what I want to read. And yeah, also since I have other videos coming up that I need to stick to a set list of books, I just want to get this mood reading out of my system before that. If you have never watched any of my reading vlogs before, they're super chill and cozy. I just pick out a book and I read some of it. I give you reading updates, I film my reactions, I give you my honest review and ratings at the end when I finish the book. So let's just get this mood reading vlog started. First book I already have picked out to read in today's video is Expiration Dates by Rebecca Surley. I've been wanting to read this one since it came out last year in hardcover. I didn't buy the hardcover, obviously. I waited for it to come out in paperback, and I think I got this on my birthday. Was it my birthday? I don't remember. I haven't had it for too long, maybe a month or a little bit over a month. And honestly, I really wanted to read it toward the end of February, but I was like, no, I should prioritize other books. And that was probably a stupid decision because I feel like that is probably what got me in a slumpy mood to begin with. So we're just gonna start off this video strong and choose this book. And if you guys watched my TBR jar, chooses my March reads, you will recognize this. I think I chose this book as a 5-star read prediction. Basically, the premise of this book is Daphne, every time she meets someone and starts dating them, she will then receive a slip of paper that tells her how long she'll be with that person. So it could be 5 days, it could be 5 weeks, it could be 5 years. But this time she's going on a blind date. She gets the slip of paper and all it says is the person's name. It doesn't have an expiration date on it. So I just think that idea sounds super unique, and I love magical realism. I have read In 5 Years by the same author, and I really loved the writing style. I just overall didn't love the story and the ending of that book, so I'm hoping this book goes a little bit differently in that aspect. And I am going to annotate this one, so I have my annotation supplies. I am going to be using just the top 3 colors for tabs, and then I have my pen and highlighter ready, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get this one started since I've been wanting to read it for so long. Even though I just bought it recently, it has been on my radar for over a year, so it's about time. And hopefully it's just a quick little read that kind of gets me out of this slumpy mood. Let's just get reading. Reading update on expiration dates. It has been several hours since I started this, and I am on page 105, chapter 16. Honestly, I feel like it was definitely a slower start than what I was expecting, and I feel like it's still a little bit slow, which is kind of concerning because it's only a 250-page book, so we're almost halfway through it, and it still feels very slow, a very slow crawl, and I don't even know what exactly we are all working towards because it's about Daphne, who she's going on a blind date with Jake, and usually when she starts dating someone, she'll receive a slip of paper that tells her how long she will be with them, and when she gets her slip of paper for Jake, it just says her name, so she thinks, oh my gosh, he is the one. They have a good first date. I mean, it goes fine, they agree to see each other again, and she's kind of recounting all of her other past relationships and like finding out how long she'd be with those people and just like how the relationship was with all those people. And okay, that's fine, that's dandy. If it was showing like her personal growth throughout all these relationships, I'd be like, okay, that's great. Like that's character development. But honestly, it just doesn't give that. It's just giving like if she's hooking up with someone for the weekend or even for one night, or if she's actually going to have a relationship with someone for a few weeks. But I just don't find those very significant. I would way rather read about her in the present with Jake, which we do see her and Jake, but it's more so like in every other chapter, every third chapter sort of thing. It's not every single chapter. And also, I'm just not liking Jake's character right now. Hopefully he gets better. But right now, I feel like he's just kind of cringy and just, I don't know, like, I don't want to say weird because I think we're all a little weird in our own ways, but just the things that he says and the things that he does, and Daphne will, like, laugh at him, and I'm like, what he said was the opposite of funny, so why? And we're reading in Daphne's POV, so it's not like her being like, oh, I had to laugh because I have to make him like me because he's supposed to be like my one true love that I've been waiting to find. But no, she genuinely thinks he's funny, and I'm like she genuinely likes him, and I'm just like, I don't see it. I will say we did just learn something about Jake, and not that it really has to do with his personality, like that it would make him who he is, but what happened to him does make me like him a little bit more. It makes me feel some sympathy for him. But still, I'm just like, I don't know why Daphne even likes him so much. And it's not just the fact that she's pretending to like him. Like, she actually likes him. And that is all that's happening so far. She's also having some chapters, like every other chapter, every third chapter, with her best friend Hugo. And they kind of talk about her dating situation because he knows about the expiration dates. And she's telling him about Jake. And yeah, frankly, I just don't care about Daphne and her past relationships right now. And also, I don't even care about Daphne that much because it just hasn't been very interesting, which is very disappointing because I was really, really excited for this book. I still really like the overall pacing of the book. I think that Rebecca Surley, what she writes is kind of eloquent, but very easy and very quick to understand. Like, you could seriously get through this book in one sitting. It just goes that fast, but it's like, I don't really care about the contents in the book as of right now, so hopefully tomorrow, as I continue to read it, it gets a little bit better. But as of right now, I am just not loving it. I guess, like, it's fine. It's not bad by any means, but it's just not what I was expecting, and I don't even know what I was expecting. Maybe I was expecting or hoping for more of her relationship with Jake right now as she's dating him. I don't know. Again, no idea what I was expecting from this, but I would definitely like to see more of her present relationship than we're seeing. And that's all I got, because that's all that's been happening. So I'll probably see you when I'm giving you another update on this. Okay, guys, welcome back, or not really welcome back. I don't know why I said welcome back. Welcome to another reading update. Don't know what I was going for there. I do have my mini mic broke out because my mom is in a meeting, so I didn't want to have to like yell. I just wanted to be able to sit here and talk softly so she doesn't hear me yapping about a book when she's in a meeting. But I ended up finishing expiration dates this morning, and it definitely got more interesting as it went on. I don't know, I would still say it probably took until like page, I want to say 150, maybe a little bit more than that, to like really kind of get to another point in the story, because it definitely does take a turn for Daphne's character. We learn some things about her,
and kind of why she is so at peace with the whole expiration dates thing in her life when it comes to meeting people and dating people, and why she is always like, okay, I know how long I have with them and I am content with that. Because I feel like in real life, if this were happening to me, I would be like, oh my God, no way. Like it says I only have 6 months. Like, what if I fall in love with this person? What if I want a future with them? And at first, like, Daphne does kind of feel that way. But because of what she is also going through in her personal life, she's okay with it. She's okay with knowing it's 6 months because in her head, 6 months can be a really long time. So I did like seeing Daphne's journey more with her own self rather than all these ex boyfriends. And some of the ex boyfriends do have a little bit more significance in her journey, but still, I feel like some of them I was just like, I don't care, girl. I don't care about your ex boyfriends. I want to read about you and Jake because that is her current relationship. Where when she got her little slip of paper, it didn't have an expiration date for him. So obviously I am invested in him, and even though I didn't love Jake's character that much and I was kind of like, why is she with him? I mean, obviously I know why she's with him. It's because there's no expiration date. So she's like, okay, this is my one true love. Like I need to lock him down. But I feel like he did get better and we kind of understand his character a little bit more throughout. I just really overall ended up loving the message of this book, like living each day of your life to the fullest. And I know that's like so corny and you've heard it a million times before, but I feel like when we read books and read all these different stories, it really puts it into perspective. Like, are you just living day to day or are you living? Because there is definitely a difference there. One of the books that has made me feel the most impacted by like live every day to the fullest, even though that wasn't even like the message of the book, is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. And I feel like this is the next one after that that has really opened up my eyes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're so right. And even like, you usually think of yourself in that regard, like living your life to the fullest, but nobody's life is promised. Like, each day could be an end to someone else's day, like your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister. Like, I feel like a lot of times we just think about ourselves in that aspect, but there are so many more people that we need to think about, and we need to be like thinking. I don't know how to put this, but it was definitely more thought provoking and definitely had me shocked at times. Like, there were a few times I literally gasped out loud. I was like, because of what was revealed in the book. So, obviously, having a few little plot twists thrown in there is very nice as well. Like you saw, I annotated it. So, I like to read you a few of my favorite quotes when I annotate books. So, let me find a few quick. I used to think the unknown was impossible, that all it brought was pain and fear and a red blinking clock counting down the minutes. Now I know that's not true. At least, it's not the only thing that is true. The unknown can be beautiful. A surprise can be flowers on your doorstep. It can be a piece of paper that ends up changing your life. What is blank space really but an invitation? This next one really got me. If all I got was you, it would be more than enough for me. I just want to know what you want your life to be like. I want you to always make choices based on what you want, not what you think you can or can't have. And then another lovey one, because the lovey ones just always get me thinking about my own husband and my relationship with him, and they just make my heart happy. So it says, he looks like a door I could walk right through. That is so beautiful. And I want to. I want to let myself in. I want to tell him this new place, all the things he does not know yet. So it was definitely a good book toward the end. Like, I really loved the last 100 pages of the book, but do I think it should have taken 150 pages to get there? Absolutely not. It was a quick read. I liked the character growth and development of Daphne. I liked Jake's character toward the end, just seeing some sweet moments with him. I I'm not like one way or the other with the ending. I'd say I'm content with the ending. I don't really know what exactly I was rooting for, but definitely not a bad ending in any way. I think I'm gonna go with a 3.5-star rating just because it took so long to get into, and sometimes the characters were really annoying, but the pacing is pretty good. Again, this is a super quick read. Like, you could definitely get through this in one day. I just broke it up between 2 days, but could literally read it in one sitting. It's like 250 pages. And I do love that it's thought provoking. I love that there is like a meaning to the book that is going to make you think about things even after you finish it. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I feel like I just need something lighthearted, like fluffy after something like this. And I feel like a majority of my March TBR behind me is like literary fiction, very thought provoking. So it's like I might have to choose something off my other TBR shelf and not stick to my March TBR because of that, which I hate not sticking to my TBR, but I'm like, I didn't expect this book to make me feel like this. So since it is like weighing, not like weighing heavy on me, but I just feel like I need something to get my mind off of it, something that's gonna be cute and fun and not so deep. Let's choose my next read, I guess. Okay, welcome to my other TBR shelf over here. These top 2 rows here are romance books, and I think I really do just want like a fluffy romance palette cleanser. So let's pick one out together, I guess. I really don't know what I'm in the mood for other than just like being in the mood for romance, I guess. I don't know, you guys. You know what I really want to read? I really want to read Wild Side by Elsie Silver, but there's currently a snowstorm outside and I'm not gonna like drive to go buy it. So obviously I like don't have it. It just came out today as I'm filming this, but I would love to be reading that right now. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna consider all my options and then I will get back to you when I choose one, okay? So, I started Accidentally Amy. I was between a few different books for starting, right? Because I needed something light and fluffy, and I feel like Accidentally Amy by Lynn Painter was the best, like, fluffy rom-com option. Like, the other ones, I feel like are more so contemporary romance because there's, like, heavier subjects touched on. I was literally going to start another book. I was gonna start Lightning in My Hands, I think is, or Lightning in Her Hands, whatever it's called. But it literally, the first page is like, oh, my mom abandoned me. And I was like, nah, I can't do that right now. So, Accidentally Amy, I was kind of debating it because it has like fall leaves on it. And I was like, well, it's springtime. So I don't know if this is the best book to start right now. But yeah, I ended up picking it up today after finishing expiration dates, and I'm definitely a good chunk in. I think I'm almost halfway. Oh, hello, Pumpkin. Oh, Pumpkin! What is happening? Why is it so dark? Pumpkin, just come here and lay down. Come here. Come here. Come here and lay down. Is it fixed? I don't know, guys. I don't know what Pumpkin just did. She's gonna sit here with us, though, I guess. Where was I? Oh, Pumpkin, can you please just lay down? Come here. Come snuggle me. Why are you being a turd? Okay, are you gonna sit there now? And my camera's all messed up now, Pumpkin. You did something. I don't know what you did. Okay. Why is it so dark? Okay. I think I fixed it. Okay. Sorry if this is like very, very bright. Pumpkin messed with some stuff. Anywho's, very, very quick and easy read. I'm already almost halfway, I think is what I was saying, before Pumpkin decided to be a little menace. Like, this is another one that you could definitely get through in one sitting. And I feel like with all of Lynn Painter's adult rom-coms, you could definitely get through all of them in one sitting. This is her
newest one. I say newest because I'm pretty sure it just got like republished, like traditionally published by Berkeley. But you could read it before. Anywho's, it is about Isabella and why am I blanking on his name? Because she literally calls him Mr. Chest. So I'm like, what is his actual name? Blake. I knew that because it's dual POV. I see their names all the time. So Izzy and Blake meet at a coffee shop. Also, like, disclaimer, or not disclaimer, I don't know why I said disclaimer, but something about Lynn Painter books is she's a Midwest girl. She usually writes about her characters living in Nebraska, and me living in Minnesota is very close to Nebraska, so there's a lot of like Midwest chains and companies that I actually know. So in this book, Pumpkin, what is your deal? She is usually never like this. I don't know what's going on with her. But Pumpkin, please just lay down with me. Please. Why are you being a weirdo? In this book, Pumpkin, let me speak. Izzy and Blake meet at a Scooters coffee, which there's a bajillion Scooters in Minnesota. So when they actually said Scooters, I was like, oh my gosh, I know that place. Because Izzy orders a pumpkin spice latte, but it is taking forever for her order to come out, and she is on her way to her first day of work. So she's like, I can't wait that much longer. She ordered a pumpkin spice latte, and then a coffee for a pumpkin spice latte gets called for someone named Amy. And at first Izzy's like, oh, I'm so jealous of Amy right now. Like, she's so lucky that her pumpkin spice latte is ready, but mine isn't. And then they keep calling for Amy. Amy never shows up. So Izzy ends up taking Amy's pumpkin spice latte. And when she is heading out the door, she runs into Blake and literally like spills the coffee all over him. And they have this really cute meeting in the coffee shop, and they're like instantly attracted to each other. And he's like, I want to see you again. And she was like, well, I come here for my coffee every morning. And he was like, okay, see you tomorrow, Amy. And she's like, oh shoot, my name is not Amy. So like we're getting off on kind of a bad foot because her name isn't Amy. And then she goes in for her first day of work, and she runs into Blake again in the elevator. So you have a lovely elevator scene, like not even like a spice scene or anything, just like flirtiness in the elevator. And he's like, I can't believe I'm running into you again, Amy. And she's like, hi, yeah. And then it turns out that he is actually her boss's boss. And he's like, wait, your name isn't Amy, it's Izzy, because like you're the new hire, right? And she's like, yeah, funny story. So they were super into each other, like literally planning to text and meet up, you know, like talk, go on dates, that stuff. And then he finds out that she lied and took Amy's drink at the coffee shop, and now he doesn't like her anymore. So it is really fun because they have a lot of playful banter and flirtiness because they kind of want to be together, but they can't be together because he's her boss, first of all. And also, Blake, like, still isn't sure how he feels about Izzy lying and stealing that coffee because he was engaged to another woman before and she lied about something huge. So, like, any fibs, any little white lies, he does not really tolerate, which is, like, understandable. But they're becoming friends and they text, like, this is kind of bad, but they text so they won't get in trouble at work. So, like, they call each other Amy and then Mr. Chest because she ran into his chest when she met him. So they're not texting as, like, Izzy and Blake. I don't know. It's kind of, like, weird role playing in a way, honestly. But I am just eating it up. Like, their friendship and just overall relationship is so funny. I love Izzy's character. I feel like it's rare where I love the female main character more than the male main character in romances, just because I feel like a lot of the female main characters, you get kind of the same in every single book. But Izzy is just so, like, quirky in a good way. She's very unique. She's very funny. I am loving her character. Not that I don't love Blake's character as well. Like, he literally has 2 cats. And Izzy also has a cat. So, like, this book is just so cute. They both have cats, and the cats are the cutest thing. Literally, Blake has a blind cat. I have a blind cat, and yeah, I'm just really, really liking it so far. I can always count on Lynn Painter to have a good rom-com. So yeah, that's that. There's Pumpkin. She's done being a menace. Don't know what that was about. But that's my reading update for today. I started Accidentally Amy after finishing Expiration Dates. So I'll probably see you again when I finish this because it's going so quick and I feel like there won't really be any other like major updates.
Hello guys, once again you are getting the mini mic in this video, so you're welcome for me blessing your ears. I just finished Accidentally Amy like 5 minutes ago, and it literally had me like kicking my feet and giggling at the end, and just something that is revealed about Blake at the end that has to do with Izzy. I was just like, no freaking way. That is hilarious. And I love Lynn Painter. Like every single Lynn Painter romance, whether it's her adult romances or her YA romances, they just slap. Like, you know, you are going to have a good time if you pick up a Lynn Painter book. Obviously, her adult romances are a little bit more spicy. Actually, like, way more spicy comparing it to her YA romances. But she does her spice well. Let me just say that. And let me just say, if the thing that you love most about Grey's Anatomy is Meredith and Derek's elevator scenes, you're gonna like this book. You're gonna like some of the spice scenes. I don't remember where exactly I left off yesterday when I was telling you what the book is about because Pumpkin was distracting me so much. Like I could not have my thoughts straight at all in that clip because Pumpkin kept interrupting me. And I was like, I don't even know where I was at in telling you about the book. So I apologize if that was a bit of a jumbled mess. But the book continues where Izzy and Blake are obviously friends. They text each other all the time, they hang out, but they definitely want to be more than friends. But they can't be because he is her boss. And you're probably like, how are there spicy scenes if he's her boss? Well, you get to that. You find out some stuff. And then there is kind of like a big bombshell that is dropped at the end. And it kind of leaves their relationship up in the air. Like, what will end up happening with them? I overall loved the resolution of it and how it came about. Did I think it was maybe a little unpredictable? Do I think maybe Izzy moved on from the situation a little fast? Maybe, but it's a rom com. So, like, I'm not going to pick it apart for something like that. When I pick up a rom com, I'm here for a good time, right? Just based on purely vibes. And I just love Izzy and Blake together so much. They're seriously the perfect match, especially after the reveal with what has to do with Blake at the end. Like, literally, literally, literally fate. And I just think their whole meet cute is cute how she was lying about being Amy to get her coffee early. I love that they were kind of having to sneak around because it is like a forbidden romance, but it's also a workplace romance. I loved their banter and they are just joking with each other all the time. Like the way that they communicate is top tier. I am going to forever think about their quirky conversations and their text messages. They're just honestly so funny. They're both weird, but like in good ways. And it really reminded me of my husband and I's relationship because I said this already, but I think everyone's a little weird in their own way, and that's okay. And my husband definitely thinks I'm weird in some ways, and he just thinks I'm like goofy and funny. So the way that Blake would treat Izzy because she's kind of a weirdo in her own way, it was so cute. And then just again, the way that they talk to each other is very sarcastic at times. And again, like that is me and my husband. I loved this. I am going to give it a solid 4-star rating because if you need a good rom-com, pick this up. Like this is it if you're looking for a good rom-com, but again, like it's a rom-com. It's not going to be a life-changing story, but I feel like this might be my new favorite adult Lynn Painter book. And to be honest, you guys, I am not quite sure what I want to read. I really wanted to start Our Infinite Fates by Lauren I can't remember her name. Maybe it's Laura something. It just came out this week, and I ordered it yesterday because it was release day, and it was supposed to be delivered today, but Minnesota got a huge snowstorm yesterday, so it got delayed to tomorrow, and I'm so sad about that because I really wanted to pick that up today after finishing Accidentally Amy. So now I don't know what I'm gonna read because that was my whole plan to read that next, and it's really what I'm in the mood for. So I'm like, I don't really want to wait a day and not read anything until like tomorrow night, but I don't know what else I'm in the mood for. So I'm gonna have to figure that out and I will get back to you. But Accidentally Amy was so cute. Hello, it has been like 72 hours since I last talked to you, and I think I was like, I don't know what book I'm gonna start next, but then you saw that I started The Three Lives of Kate K, and then I read it and I finished it. So, did not give any update. And then after I finished this, I started another book and finished it and didn't give a single update. So, I'm gonna give you those updates now and then do a wrap up of the other books that I read this video. The Three Lives of Kate K. I was very excited for this one because I think the premise overall sounds so I don't know if unique is the right word, but just very interesting, very intriguing. Because basically, it is about this author, Kate K, who she has written a best selling trilogy. These books are getting made into movies. Like, she is a very, very big name, but she writes under a fake name. Kate K is not her real name. And everyone is like, who is the real author? Like, what's her real name? What's her story? But nobody knows her real story except one person because Kate K is kind of on the run from her past. Like, she doesn't want her past to get dug up and for people to know about it and why she is writing under this fake name. And it's written in kind of like a memoir style, like Kate K and these other characters are telling the story about her past and who she was and why she is now Kate K. It kind of gives the same vibes as The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, not like the well, you know what, kind of the story, but just that sort of style where the story is being told to you by the main character, I guess. If that makes any sense at all. Hopefully it does. I will say though, I love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Didn't love this. We'll get into that, but I was very, very excited because I again think that idea sounds really, really cool. I love I'll call her Kate K, even though that's not her real name, but just like know whenever I say Kate K or Kate, I'm talking about the main character. But I love how it shows her childhood and her friendship with her best friend, like all throughout school. And I really love how it shows their ambition because they want to become world famous actresses together. Like, their plan is to go to Hollywood after graduating high school and hopefully make it big. Like, they're in all these school plays, and people think they'll make it big because they're that good in the school plays. And then I love the guilt that Kate feels after this whole like friendship falling out because I feel like it's very, very accurate. I have had multiple friendships that kind of like fizzle out. I don't know. I feel like a lot of childhood friendships, you just kind of grow apart. So I feel like it is an accurate depiction of that kind of guilt that you feel and the guilt of like, did I not try hard enough? Like, could this person and I still have a friendship if X, Y, and Z would have been done differently. And this book also has LGBTQ plus representation in it, so we love that. If you're looking for a book with that, this is it. But overall, I feel like the reveal about why she is writing under this fake name and on a run from her past life is very, very anticlimactic. I was like, oh, that's it? Even though it is like not a good thing that she did, but it's not like the end of the world thing. And it's like, I just don't understand KK's head and why she was thinking the way that she was. I don't know. It just like wasn't very satisfying to me, I guess. And I did overall think it was a bit slow. There are so many characters' POVs, and you are jumping around the timeline so much. And it's not like hard to follow, but it's just like I didn't really care about several of those POVs because it would just be one chapter of that character. And I'm like, I don't care. Why is this being included? Like, I am wasting my time reading this chapter about you. So I ended up giving it a 3 stars. Was not a bad book whatsoever. It was good. I liked it, but I didn't love it. Definitely didn't live up to my high expectations for it, and that's on me for setting such high expectations for it in the first place. I was just, again, so intrigued by the premise of it. I thought it was going to be kind of more like mystery thriller, but it just wasn't. It didn't give what I thought it was going to give. But if it sounds interesting to you, if my cons of it are things that you could like deal with and not care about, definitely recommend it. And then, you guys, after I finished that, I started Our Infinite Fates. This was the book that I ordered and was waiting for in the mail that I wanted to start before Kate K. But honestly, I'm glad it's like the finale book for this video. First of all, do you see that? And then also, this cover is so beautiful. And on the cover, it says they've loved each other in 1,000 lifetimes. They've killed each other in every one. And you know what? I'm just gonna say, Our Infinite Fates, 5 stars. This is my first 5-star fantasy read of the year, other than like the Fourth Wing series, but I feel like you just gotta exclude those because those are their own things, honestly. So this book is about Evelyn and Arden, who they have lived for 1,000 years. It is kind of like The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, where she makes a deal with the devil and then lives forever. But with Addie LaRue, people forget who she is, and that's kind of her curse. In this book, the curse is that Evelyn and Arden can't live past 18. Like, Arden always comes back to find Evelyn in their new life because they're kind of being like reincarnated every time they die into a new baby being born. And Arden always finds Evelyn before their 18th birthday and they kill each other. And yeah. But the thing is, they also fall in love with each other in every single timeline or lifetime that they live. But they have to kill each other for a specific reason, and that reason you find out. This is just such a beautifully written YA romantasy. Like, I have always said that Olive Blake's writing style is the most beautiful writing I have read, but this takes the cake. It almost feels like cozy and whimsical in a way. Like, it feels like you're reading a cozy romance, but it is much more high stakes than a cozy romance because in the current lifetime that Evelyn is living, her sister needs to be saved, and Evelyn is the only one who can save her. But her 18th birthday is coming up in a few weeks, so she's like, okay, I know Arden is gonna come and kill me in a few weeks, but I need to save my sister before that. So she's trying to figure out a way to survive past her 18th birthday so that she can save her little sister. It is breathtaking. I have so many quotes in this book that I love. I didn't annotate it because this is like a special edition, but when it comes out in paperback, or maybe I could buy a paperback online now, I want to annotate this and highlight and tab all of the quotes that I love because this book is like poetry. It is amazing. I love Evelyn and Arden. I love reading about them in every single timeline. Like, they're a different person in every single timeline. So in this one, her name is Branwyn, and I'm not going to say his name because that would be a spoiler, but you follow them through history, through all these different locations, and it is just cool. I don't know what else to say. You see their origin story, you see some really, really beautiful times between them, and then you see just other, like, short times between them. Definitely had me shocked a few times, and the ending destroyed me. I still don't know if I'm over the ending. Like, I said it's a 5-star rating, but honestly, the ending did not make me the happiest with what happened. Like, it's not a bad ending, don't worry, but it could have been better. It could have made me happier. So, this is definitely going to be one of those books that I think of all the time because, again, I love Evelyn and Arden. I love their love story. I love this curse that they have to end up killing each other before their 18th birthday every single time they live. Also, this one has LGBTQ plus representation as well because Evelyn and Arden come back as different genders every single time. So it could be two women, it could be two men, and they both don't like identify as one or the other. I think Evelyn doesn't really have a preference on what form she's in, but Arden does perform prefer a male form. So I thought that was very refreshing to see. I started this and finished it in the same day. Read majority of it in one sitting and then finished the rest of it a little while after. Could not put down. So beautifully written, and there is poetry throughout, and just the love story. I love love. What can I say? Definitely recommend this one. This was my favorite book by far out of this whole video. I feel like I could keep talking about it, but I don't want to like say anything that would give anything away. No spoilers here, but this might take the cake as my favorite fantasy of the whole year, which is saying a lot. Okay, let's talk about the other two books I read in this video. Expiration Dates, I gave a 3.5-star rating. It was pretty good, but overall not my favorite, and some things that I didn't like, some things were a bit slow. But again, with this one, like if it sounded good to you, I would definitely recommend picking it up. And then Accidentally Amy. This was the perfect rom-com. When I say perfect rom-com, like just straight vibes. That's what we're going for with this, and I ate it up. And that is where I'm going to end this. I was going to say book. No, not book. This is where I'm going to end the video. I had a very, very successful mood reading week. Like, I just thought it was very refreshing to pick up whatever I felt like. And it paid off because we found a 5-star read, and a 4-star, and a 3.5, and a 3-star. If you liked this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Comment your thoughts on these books if you've read any or any other video ideas you want to see from me in the future. And I will see you next time. Bye!